Who's that?
Sean Newcomb.
Okay.
All right? He's a Swami.
Okay, I'm sure he is.
Picked him in a minor league draft many years ago. He is turning into not only an ace, but a stud ace. His last 5 starts, 0.36 ERA.
Okay.
He's given up 1 run.
Okay. Well,
all right. He's been the goods, and if he's available in your league, get him now, because somebody else probably has already.
Well, one thing about the NL East right now, Mets have 3 games in hand with the Braves. So,
what's the loss column?
Loss is 17 Braves, 19 for the Mets.
So it's 2 games basically.
2 games,
but the Mets, I mean, you hope that their struggles are behind them.
I hope
so. But the injury issue is still going on with Cespedes. And
this happens with this team, though. I mean,
but what's going to happen with him? Because he's going to opt out at some point. And what has he got? 1 more year before he can opt out? You don't think he's going to opt out? And what do you do if you're the Mets? Do you say, all right, take care, we'll see you. We're tired of the quads, and we're tired of this nonsense about, you can't play, and ow, my leg hurts again?
That part would bother me, but I also saw what happened with Daniel Murphy when he left.
Well, the problem the Mets have with Cespedes is if they lose him, then they really desperately need to go out and get somebody else, because without his bat in the lineup, that's a team in trouble.
I agree.
And not that Juan Lagares is vital to the cause, but he's out for the season now. He had toe surgery.
So what the hell was that?
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, let's face it. You need your toes to run, and if surgery was required like it was, then chances are it's going to be a long recovery process.
Yeah.
So he's out now, and now all of a sudden Brandon Nimmo has turned into a starting outfielder for you. And he was a guy who was supposed to be your 4th or 5th outfielder.
Right.
He's now an everyday starter and will be for a while. Yep. So, the good thing for the Mets is Conforto finally seems like he's starting to get it right. Right. He was terrible.
I wish Jay Bruce was hitting better. He's hitting 234.
He's never going to hit more than 250. That's not his game. He's a power hitter.
Yeah, well.
That's Jay Bruce. Jay Bruce is going to get you home runs and RBIs, but he's not even doing that.
No.
So that's the problem. Jay Bruce was signed to hit 35 home runs and drive in probably 80 runs.
No, that's not happening.
And what for $13 million, if he does that, it's a bargain.
I agree.
But Jay Bruce is never going to be a 280 or 290 hitter.
Right.
That's not his game. He doesn't hit singles. He hits bombs.
That's true. We're going to take a break right now. You're listening to From the Press Box right here on 90.3 WHPC. If you have a comment or question, give us a call, 516-572-7440.
Hey Siri, what is the square root of 64?
The answer is 8.
Hey Siri, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Don't you have anything better to do?
Hey Siri, where did some of my favorite hip-hop producers and MCs alike originally get their samples from?
Ask DJ Solero on Lyrics to Go, now at a brand new time, Sunday afternoons at 3.
Hi, I'm DJ Solero. Join me for the music of yesteryear, the music that hip-hop producers have gone on to sample in later years, along with some of the best hip-hop music that the 80s, 90s, and the new millennium have produced.
I told you DJ Solero knew the answer. I also told you to take a shower, but that hasn't happened. So, no way of knowing if you will follow this advice either.
It's Lyrics to Go for true musical inspiration at a new time live, Sunday afternoons at 3 on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3.
90.3 WHPC.
Hey, that was my line.
Sorry.
Success, noun, the fact of getting or receiving wealth, respect, or fame.
Succeed, verb, to do what you are trying to do.
Success story, noun, a successful person or thing, such as someone or something that has achieved a goal.
Hi, I'm Bill Horan, the host of The Secrets of Success, and I invite you to do more than just read a dictionary to learn about success. If you want to achieve your goals in life, listen to the tips, secrets, strategies, and habits of some of the world's most successful people, and hear about the obstacles they had to overcome to attain their dreams. Start your own journey to success. Tune in to The Secrets of Success, Wednesday afternoons at 4 and Sunday mornings at 7:30 on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
A Super Bowl champion, U.S. Congressman, publisher of Long Island Business News, award-winning authors, physical fitness, life coach, and celebrities like Billy Crystal and Eddie Murphy. I had no idea so many awesome people got their start at Nassau Community College.
Well, they're always saying that NCC is where success stories begin. With people like that as graduates, it must be true.
Hello, I'm Dr. Linda Nadian.
And I'm Aurora Workman, the president of Nassau Community College Alumni Association.
Together, we're the hosts of Lion Tales, a show that highlights proud graduates of Nassau Community College. Join us each week when distinguished alumni stop by to share stories, laugh a little, and remind us what things were like when they were students at Nassau Community College.
My fabulous friend Linda and I will also share the latest alumni news and updates, so tune in Tuesdays at 4 p.m. to the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC, or listen online with the iHeartRadio app.
Tim is bugging me about the first song I played. You know what happened? I was scanning through the songs, and I had Dead Air or Rum and Coca-Cola by the Andrews Sisters. Actually, it's not a bad song. I like that song. And we've done our share of rum and Coke in our lifetime, brother. So.
You have.
Oh, you don't like rum and Coke?
I'm more of a beer guy.
Yeah. Jack and
beer,
Coke.
a little wine.
Jack and Coke, that's Big Ed's drink. Yeah. I've seen Jack and Coke go down Big Ed's gullet.
Jack is no match for Big Ed.
Yeah. Big Ed coming up at 10 o'clock today on WHPC with the Good Gold Show. By the way, brother, we didn't talk about this, and it's not on our notes thing, but I wanted to bring it up anyway.
What is that, brother?
Supreme Court decision about legalized gambling.
Oh,
that
happened literally 3 minutes after we went off the air last week.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring it up quickly because you mentioned just before your what is it, your fantasy league, whatever.
Yes, my rotisserie baseball league.
Yeah. Now,
and the less said about that, the better this year. Because this is the worst year for the Schwammies in 20 years.
Of course,
the absolute worst. The horrible team. Horrible team I have put together. I am ashamed and embarrassed.
You should be ashamed and embarrassed. But does this now technically legalize sports betting around the country?
Yes.
People have said it is. And, who you can blame for this or thank is Governor Chris Christie, former governor of the state of New Jersey, who fought to try to save Atlantic City by putting in a sports betting room.
Exactly.
And he's the one who led the lawsuit, and now you're going to have this. Now, personally, I don't gamble a lot on anything. I don't do lotto. Occasionally I do, but not a lot. What's going to change about just watching sports where the point spread's now maybe going to become a little more important because so many more people legally. And now, mind you, everyone could have done illegal gambling, which of course has happened forever.
Of course.
But this is going to be easier where you can just walk into, an OTB maybe or whatever, however they do it.
You won't even need to walk into an OTB.
Right. Maybe you do it online or something.
Do it on your phone.
Right. And, all of a sudden it's just going to be really easy not only to lose money, but maybe
make money,
but also bring up doubts about legit games.
That's the issue with this. You ask what's going to change, and the simple answer is a lot. Because if you look, first of all, look at Europe as your model. Because in two ways. Number one, the people who say, the sky is falling and sports is going to be ruined in this country because of all the gambling. Well, no, that's not the case at all. Because they've had betting in Europe on a very wide, large scale for decades.
Right.
You go around Europe, there's Ladbrokes, there's William Hill, there's all kinds of betting shops in England that all you have to do is walk around London, and you can't miss them. They're all over the place. And those are only two of the companies. There's more than that. I just don't know who they are. But betting over there is part of the culture. I know soccer fans who they'll bet parlays the way we bet football parlays here on the NFL.
Right.
Like those old sheets that you used to get in high school.
Right.
But they do that online, and they'll bet $1 or whatever, and the odds increase if they have to pick the scores. I mean, so there's all kinds of ways to make a wager
and lose money.
Well, and sometimes win money. I know guys who have won a lot of money doing that. But what's going to happen here? You're going to be in an arena or a stadium, and you're gonna be able to just call up a game on your phone and say, I want to bet $20 on the second half of the Giants Redskins.
Right.
And what's the second half points? Like let's say at halftime the Giants are winning 13-10. Well, you like the Giants to win the game. So what's the point spread for the second half?
Right.
Let me get some of that.
What happens if a star, right, pick any star, gets injured in the first half, and then he's not playing the second half.
Right.
So
you can maybe make a bet to cover what you think you're going to lose because that player isn't there anymore.
Right.
Like Eli gets hurt for the Giants. The Giants are in trouble.
Well,
not that Eli ever gets hurt, but
no, he doesn't.
It's possible. But that is what's going to change. And the Nets owner, who you spoke of before, Mr. Prokhorov, he's already talking about turning the Barclays Center into like a gambling mecca.
Well,
and that's the other issue that's going to be is franchises are going to carve out space in their buildings, in Yankee Stadium, in the Barclays Center, in the as yet unnamed new facility for the Islanders.
Right.
There are going to be dedicated betting areas in those places. And
I don't.
Yes, definitely, because teams are going to monetize this.
But at the same time, you would think that we've knocked Roger Goodell and the NFL regularly on the show. But one thing they had about the Raiders moving to Vegas was it was about limiting betting and stuff. Now I guess they don't have to.
Not even an issue anymore.
Not an issue anymore. But at least you want to make it seem like everything's legit. If I was a league, I would not allow a team to allow bets in their arena. That doesn't mean I wouldn't allow them to own betting parlors or something. But I think
they can't. There's nothing you can do about it.
But the problem is, though, then you seem like the team is there to be part of the gambling, not the other way around.
But that's what it's going to be. This is going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Oh, I know that. It's scary. It's scary how it's going to change sports.
Well, there's a certain way it's going to change sports. I don't think it's going to change sports as much as you apparently think it will.
I think,
I think what's going to happen is that what has been going on illegally for decades in this country will now be legalized.
Sure.
And in some ways, it's almost like marijuana in that way.
Which is about to be legalized everywhere, too.
Pretty much everywhere. And I don't think that's going to ruin the country either.
I don't either.
Because I think there's so many medicinal uses for it that I think it's a positive thing. Gambling, on the other hand, I don't necessarily think it's a positive thing, but it's something that people are already doing. And it's not anything that anybody who really wants to gamble has ever had an issue being able to do. So why not monetize it for the franchises and
if you
the
think
government?
about buying stock, it's the same thing.
Right.
You gamble on stocks.
Stock market is the biggest gamble.
And sometimes you get I invest stocks only have dividends, but there are other people who don't. They're hoping their stocks will go up $10 or something and sell it. So I agree with you in that part, but I also think that you got to keep it you can't have it merged with the team. That would be my thing about it. That doesn't mean you can't have an OTB or whatever you want to call it down the street from the Belmont Arena.
I don't know what you mean by merged with the team.
Well, I don't want the arena and team to be a betting house. Also, I don't want to go to.
They will be.
Well, I
you
don't.
can do that on your phone. I mean,
I know that, but that's different. That's different. You don't want a place where people are watching the games. Like when we went to Vegas.
I don't think it's going to be a big aspect of any arena because I don't think the teams. First of all, you have to buy a ticket to get in anyway.
Right.
So anybody who's in there is going to be a fan. It's not like you're going to have
talking,
those horse guys sitting.
Right.
I mean, let's face it. There's a seedy element to a lot of gamblers. But if you just put something in there, well, you're laughing. It's true.
We know some of them. That's why.
But the point being
they're good guys,
that if you're out, if you're between periods of a hockey game and you're out getting a beer and you're walking past and say, oh, hey, you know what? I'm gonna throw $20 on the third period. I like the Islanders.
Do they do that in Vegas where you can do it? You
can bet on anything.
But see, this is where you have to, I think, make rules. I don't think you should be able to bet once a game starts. That would be my thing. That once the game is closed, it's like a horse race. Once they announce the horses are ready,
right,
the window closes.
I understand what you're saying.
I think that'd be a good idea.
I understand what you're saying, but a horse race, once it starts, it doesn't stop until it's over.
Right, but
with any sporting event, you have periods and quarters and
Right, but a horse, you can be around the quarter turn and say, oh, well, look who he's winning now. I'm going to place the bet.
Well, no, you can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't now, but, with what you were just saying, that, I want to bet on the third period or something, that doesn't make any sense.
Of course it does. There's a stoppage in play.
Well, to me, it's I worry about that type of stuff.
I don't know. I want to know who's going to be making all of these odds. I want to know where those are coming from, because the odds makers now are going to have a much larger job.
Well,
because
think about
all those prop bets and all the in-game bets.